Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Romancing. Police have recovered most of the stolen equipment that was taken from St. Croix Central High School over the weekend. They've also taken 2 people into custody following tips and the successful execution of a search warrant on Tuesday. News 2's Erica Parsons has the latest.
We obtained search warrants. We've been working for 2 days straight, receiving information, following up all the leads.
The Department of Education can rest a little bit easier. On Tuesday, police recovered most of the equipment stolen from St. Croix Central High last weekend, and they made the announcement Wednesday during a press briefing.
We recovered somewhat 39 laptops. It was in all 39 laptops, approximately 5 flat screen TVs, but the whole thing came down to the immediate response from the Investigation Bureau.
Basically, we have got just about everything that was stolen from the, removed from the Central High School, and we're happy to report that we have 2 people in custody.
Police also announced the arrest of 20-year-old Jensen Estepan and a male minor in connection with the burglary. Investigators found the stolen stuff behind a hidden wall and underneath the floorboards in a wooden house in Old Friedensburg where the suspect lived. Also recovered were desktop computers, speakers, surge protectors, printers, amplifiers, keyboards, backpacks, laptop bags, and an assortment of wires. It's all thanks to the community. Police said those tips led to the apprehension of the 2 suspects.
This is excellent work by Patrol, who initiated the investigation, the Criminal Investigation Bureau, and the forensic officers, and whomever else might have been involved in this investigation. But I also want to reach out and say thank you very much to the community who again stepped up to the plate.
Police couldn't say if the minor is a student at Central High. They said it's likely that others may be involved, but they wouldn't say more since the investigation is still going on. Erica Parsons, News 2.
Education officials said they definitely thank the V.I.P.D for their swift work, but more than that, they want to thank the Central High monitors and safe school staff for being there from the start to help recover and identify the stolen items. May 15th is recognized across the nation as National Peace Officers Memorial Day. All this week, the VI Police Department has been celebrating Police Week. On Wednesday, dozens of officers and friends and family members as well of slain officers gathered at the Corporal Violet DAMIDEAUX Pavilion to pay tribute to all police. Law enforcement officers were acknowledged for their contributions, their service, and their sacrifice. Tributes were given to the 15 fallen officers across the territory since 1963. News 2 will have more on the ceremony in Thursday's newscast. Police Week events continued on Wednesday. Meanwhile, as officers went to E. Benjamin Oliver School and Lockhart Elementary School, students were taught about the importance of listening and following instructions. They also had the opportunity to see the canine units in action finding drugs. Students were advised to not use drugs and also to report suspicious packages to authorities, not to touch them.
Today we have the K9 unit, hazardous device unit, and we also have crime prevention. Basically what we want to know, or let the kids know that we're out here, we're quite active, and we want them to get involved. I just want everyone to enjoy Police Week. It's not just for the police, it's for you guys. We want you guys to enjoy Police Week.
On Monday, Governor John P. DeYoung Jr. praised the partnership between Connect Space VI and the Virgin Islands Next Generation Network. They're looking to hire 221 employees in the Virgin Islands to work from their homes. As personal technology experts, Virgin Islanders interested in the recently announced positions should act now.
We have 100 personal technology experts and 120 remote service technicians. And these positions all are full-time positions, paid hourly, and include the following benefits: full medical, dental, vision, 401k, overtime pay, paid time off, 2 weeks paid training, promotional opportunities, and an employee purchase plan. So these are really great positions, which are all telework positions, enabling the successful applicants to essentially work from home. So all you would need to have is a computer a steady internet connection of 512 kilobits at a minimum, and a separate phone line, and essentially you're on your way to a telework career. Now, what we are asking is for interested applicants to go to the Connect Space VI website at www.connectspacevi.com, and that website has everything you need, including the application, as well as the pretest, the digital literacy pretest that you will be required to take, which is about 30 minutes. And from there, once you successfully pass the course, or the test rather, you'll be called in for an interview. Of course.
Well, on Thursday, the Economic Development, Agriculture and Planning Committee will meet in Otley Legislative Hall to hear testimony about the current status of the VI Next Generation Network Broadband Initiative. Well, in a continuing effort to heighten awareness about being prepared and ready for disasters, the Virgin Islands Territorial Emergency Management Agency is hosting their 2013 annual All Hazards Preparedness Expo. With hurricane season starting June 1st, local and federal agencies, along with volunteer organizations and local businesses, will be providing the community with the necessary information. Again, these are the dates listed here. On Thursday, May 16th at Tutu Park Mall on St. Thomas from 1 to 6 p.m. Then May 17th on St. John from 10 a.m. to 3 at the Franklin Powell Park. And on Saturday, May 18th on St. Croix from 10 to 3 at the Buttle Park in Frederickstead. Energy, law enforcement, security, rum tax reform, and other issues of mutual concern. That was what was discussed during a meeting with the delegate to Congress, Donna Christensen, and Puerto Rico's Governor Alejandro Garcia Padilla on Monday. The delegate said they discussed the proposed interconnection. She said, quote, "I understand that they want more flexibility because of their fiscal crisis when it comes to the rum, but the Virgin Islands continues to oppose any legislation that would undermine our agreements." Congresswoman Christensen said that she first met Governor Garcia Padilla when he was a local legislator, and again when he was first elected governor. She said she promised to visit him, especially since she worked closely with his party's leadership. Senators learned a few things Wednesday as they took on the role of senator for a day at this year's Senior Citizens mock session. The bill on the table was the Virgin Islands Livelihood Improvement for the Elderly Act, and seniors capitalized on the opportunity to voice their opinions on a variety of subjects. News 2's Erica Bivens has the story.
Although senators met Wednesday to discuss a bill pertaining to the care of the elderly, senior citizens had the floor today. The chambers were filled with laughter, as well as serious debate. As a senior citizen mock session took on a bill that would establish a program for the support of the elderly. Each senior was paired with a senator taking the hot seat for the day. It was also a learning experience for many. But most of the seniors had no problem impersonating their senators or speaking with passion.
If it's incumbent for St. Croix, how can we spend it for this? Any money? Bye.
Really, I don't believe in those Mickey Mouse numbers. Senior care is more important.
We are hoping that this bill can pass because we know that this will improve the quality of life for all of us seniors.
Some use the opportunity to discuss issues important to them.
Look in the United States, people go to the Senate naked to get a bill passed. Could you imagine that? Why are we not doing something here about our LEAC?
We put in our money. When you're going to take it until we cannot get, we have a problem with that.
Almost every senior had an amendment which may prove helpful later, as today's bill wasn't entirely fictitious.
Make sure that everything that we have discussed here this morning, you let them know, because this bill will be coming soon to the floor of the Senate, I hope before December.
Many say they plan to testify when the bill is brought back. For News 2, I'm Erica Bivens.
High energy, high electricity costs, GERS, and a need for more public transportation were at the top of the seniors' list of concerns. Moments ago, President Obama spoke out on the situation regarding the IRS. Earlier today, Attorney General Eric Holder told lawmakers the Justice Department's investigation into the IRS scandal would not be limited to the federal tax office in Cincinnati, Ohio. where agents singled out conservative groups for extra scrutiny. While the FBI looks for possible criminal wrongdoing, 3 congressional committees are pressing ahead with their own investigations. We get more from Danielle Nottingham on Capitol Hill.
Lawmakers grilled Attorney General Eric Holder, looking for justice in the IRS scandal.
That certain officials in the IRS have apologized. Does an apology immunize you from criminal prosecution?
No.
The Justice Department is just beginning its investigation to determine if any laws were broken. A new Inspector General's report says ineffective management at the IRS allowed agents to single out Tea Party and other conservative groups, holding up their applications for tax exemption for months.
My question isn't about who's going to resign. My question is, who's going to jail?
All 45 Republican senators sent a letter to the president demanding the administration make available any IRS employee who Congress wants to question. Acting IRS Commissioner Stephen Miller will testify at a House hearing Friday. Louisiana Congressman Charles Bustani wants to know why Miller wasn't up front the last time he testified.
We're not going to let up. We're going to vigorously investigate this.
The White House says those responsible for the targeting of Tea Party groups will be held accountable.
The conduct portrayed in the report is inappropriate, and regardless of the motivation, it is wrong.
Treasury Department officials who oversee the IRS were called to the White House Wednesday for a meeting with the president. Danielle Nottingham, News 2.
And keeping our eye on the economy, airline fees keep climbing and the industry is making big money from them. $6 billion last year. Airline fees collected the most back check fees ever in 2012. American, Delta, United, and U.S. Airways also recently raised the cost of changing your reservation to $200 for domestic flights. This is the New York Stock Exchange with Scotiabank's Stock Market Watch. The Dow, Nasdaq, S&P all up. The Dow 60, Nasdaq 9, S&P 8. Coming up on News 2, Lotto fever is spreading across the nation as both Mega Millions and Powerball jackpots grow into the hundreds of millions. If you're feeling lucky, that drawing is tonight, and the jackpot is $360 million. Mega Millions $190 million jackpot is up for grabs on Friday. We'll be right back. Well, if you haven't brought your Powerball ticket yet for tonight's drawing, you might want to run out and get one. You have until about 10 o'clock. The jackpot has grown to $360 million after going for weeks without a winner. Officials say it's the 3rd largest Powerball jackpot ever and the 7th largest jackpot in history. The drawing is scheduled for 10:59 tonight Eastern Standard Time at the Florida Lottery headquarters. Your odds of winning aren't the best, about 1 in 175 million, but why not try your luck? If you win after taxes, you take home close to $230 million. 2 Antilles School juniors, Louisa Freedy and Tyler Purcell, have won full scholarships from the Department of Interior to study in summer programs offered by Junior State of America. Louisa, daughter of Robin Freedy and Joan Boehner, will spend a month in China participating in the JSA International Diplomat Program, studying modern Chinese history, government, and Chinese language at the Capital Normal University in Beijing, China. Tyler Purcell, son of Carl Purcell and Carolyn Herman Purcell, will head to Georgetown University to study AP U.S. government. The JSA Georgetown summer program combines rigorous college-level courses with hands-on learning about our nation's capital, including meeting and questioning national leaders, White House officials, lobbyists, and journalists. A lot of networking is taking place. The UVI Global Leadership and Management Conference kicked off on Tuesday, titled the International Conference on Leadership, Management, and Strategic Development. The conference is designed to share research and knowledge that exists around the globe in the areas of leadership, management, and strategic development. 14 presentations were held by university researchers representing schools from Kuwait, Haiti, Puerto Rico, the British Virgin Islands, the Territory, and the U.S. mainland. UVI officials say some of the brightest young minds from around the world were attracted to this year's session. Maho Bay Campground on St. John is closing its doors. According to their blog, tonight, Wednesday, will be their last night of operation. Stanley Salangat's lease expires at the end of June. After running the camps for 37 years, he says Maho's closure will cost the territory some $20 million in lost revenue for the 12,000 guests they rent to each year. Salangat has not announced the logistics of closing the resort. However, he's not leaving island. Salangat also owns Harmony Resort and Concordia Eco Resort, both of which are near Maho. Stick around, your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up.